You like having Dame back tonight?
Do I like having Dame back? I loved having him back. I think we all did. He looked good. He played well. You know, he was pretty crisp for having set out a lot of time. I know he was antsy, you know, to get back out there. So I thought he played well.
32 assists on 42 made field goals tonight. What did you think about your ball movement?
Yeah, I thought our ball movement was really good. You know, we was able to attack the paint, get the ball moving around. You know, some of those shots and assists was kind of lucky. It was the ball just kind of popped around and we hit a crazy shot, you know. So those ones don't really count. But for the most part, I thought our ball movement was really good.
Is it a little bit of a relief? I don't want to call this an easy win because they did kind of hang around, but just to have like a comfortable win where, you know, it's double digits, you're not like down to the wire after, you know, some of these close games that you guys have won, is a little bit of a relief.
Yeah, I mean, that's after a back-to-back, you know, coming from Utah, that's a really, really tough back-to-back. So, yeah, it was good to, you know, have a game that didn't come down to the wire, but it wasn't an easy win at all. I mean, the way that they play it's just tough to guard. They play so random. They got so many shooters. They put a lot of pressure on your defense. And you seen start of fourth, and we was in pretty good shape. We came out, had a couple bad minutes. You know, I hated to have to go back with my starters earlier than I wanted to. You know, but it started going the other way, and our bench just, you know, they struggled at that time. So I had to do what I had to do.
Just didn't want to repeat the Clipper game, basically.
Well, sure. I mean, you know, I think we was in a better position to do it tonight, having Dame back, and you know, if one of those three guys fouled out, you still got two. You know, so.
Chauncey, before the game, you talked about how you guys kind of eyed this portion of the season and the schedule as being tough and all that. Now that you've kind of gotten over that, can you describe your feeling of where you sit now?
I think we're in a good spot. Went through a brutal part of our schedule, and we still, don't get me wrong, we still got, you know, some tough stretches, but I think that was one of the toughest, if not the toughest for us. We've had some slippage over the stretch, you know, on both sides of the ball. So it'd be good to have a little break, kind of realign, you know, ourselves with everything. But it just happens like that when you don't have any court time, you can't practice, you got injuries. It just happens that way.
What can you say about what Josh is able to give you and the kind of tone that he sets? I mean, he came down hard on his ankle earlier. And
Yeah.
He's playing through some stuff.
Yeah, man. That dude is just a warrior, man. You know, we feed off of his edge, his toughness, his grit. He's established himself as, you know, kind of the heart and soul of our team, you know, pretty much every night. You know, we missed him when he was out. But, yeah, he's going to – if he can jog, he's going to play. You know, that's just kind of what we've grown accustomed to expecting out of him. And I've been proud of him, man. It's been a pleasure, you know, coaching him and getting to know him.
What about Drew? It looked like his back kind of tightened up a little bit on him in the second half.
Yeah, Drew just he didn't move well at all out there. Again, him too though. It's just a warrior, man. You know, I didn't think Drew would play today, you know, and he kept telling me, "No, Coach, I'm fine," and I really was second guessing putting him back in the second half. But I did for a second, and I said, all right, yeah, that's you know, you could tell he's hurting, but he's going to do what he can do. So we got to protect him from himself a little bit.
Chauncey, you talked about some of the randomness with the first half of the game and not getting a lot of practice time. It looked like the Pacers were pushing the pace and getting you guys on a lot of cross matches and just putting your rotations into kind of some weird situations. Do you think that that's just not having all the guys on the floor and trusting those rotations, whether it's in zone or man, kind of fed into the Pacers, kind of getting that done in those situations?
I'll be honest with you. I think I give them more credit than that. I mean, they make everybody look like that. You know, I was scouting them and watching them their last 3 or 4 games. I mean, you spinning like a top watching those guys and guarding them. So I knew that it wouldn't be about our principles, our coverages. Tonight. We would all be guarding everybody, but they just don't stop moving, and everybody has the ultimate green light. So it's like that's going to be hard for anybody to guard. And those nights that they're making those shots and their team is playing, they can get away from you pretty quick.
That second half, it felt like the message coming out of the halftime was be physical, get into the paint. You open up with almost every action going at the rim. You The Nurk dunk, Grant dunk leads to the hand corner.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you wanted coming out of halftime?
Yeah.
Push the pace and get in the paint?
Yeah, it is. You pay attention pretty well, I see, huh? Yeah, we wanted to just be aggressive in attack, not settle. We know we can get jump shots at any time, but I just didn't want to settle. Even though they have an elite shot blocker in there in Miles, we still wanted to attack them, and we did a good job of establishing ourselves in that third quarter, and that's why I was so upset about how we started the fourth quarter. But, just teachable moments for our guys.
Despite all the problems that led to losing 8 out of 10, do you feel like a couple of days off and after winning these two games that you're pretty confident that you guys can get back on the roll and reverse what just happened?
I feel good. I feel good about where we're at, man. You say get back on it. We just won 2 games in a row, in a tough stretch. So I feel good about us having a little time off. These guys need some rest, man. I had to play the heck out of these guys, at least the starters for the most part. The amount of minutes that Ant and Jeremy has played, and even Nurk, they need some rest. And then we also need some gym time, so we'll be able to get both and, hopefully just keep building.